think we're live. I think we are live. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it looks good to me. Pull this up so I can see if we get anyone join the stream. Yeah, boy. A bit bigger so we can see it. Yeah, nice, nice, nice. Right, we've got a couple of things that we want to do. We're going to be picking up where we left off, working on build plan. Managed to somehow break the pusher integration. I think it's when we refactored the event bus to use Drizzle rather than just raw SQL. So that's probably a thing. I want to dig into a little bit more of the architecture of the event bus anyway, because I mean this is a serverless application, so it doesn't quite work in the same way as a monolithic application. So we can dig into that. We also want to get the mobile app looking a bit better. I mean, there's like a unified kind of message format that should be adhered to, so we can dig into that. We'll get multi-prompting, and then I wanted to kind of work on I don't know if I've never looked at if Claude Code has any sort of external hooks or external workflows that you can hook into the CLI to see like when, because we could build some widgets into my other startup so that you could have I can have on stream like what Claude's working on or something. I don't know. We'll have a look. I have no idea what it is I want to achieve with that, but I want to at least see if what's possible. So let's get cracking with the Mambo number 5. All right, where are we? Over here. Cool. Let's jump in and see if we can get everything. We got everything committed at the end of last stream, so it should be in a good place to either do any bisecting we need to do or any just general zooming about. So it's I think we to break the pusher integration when we created the event bus to use Drizzle. I also think that the architecture of the event bus might have diverged in my original design, so I want to report back a little on how this works and what it does and what it uses to do what it does. The main goal is to fix the pusher event dispatch, which I believe originally worked via the handlers on the event bus events, or could also be related to the event view consumers. What are we actually doing with the DB as part of this bus? The work is committed, so we can reference the old and new code. Right, let's get that cracking. You get whizzing off over there on that one, Claudie boy, and then we want to also get going with this. So this used to be, we've got the original chat, which used to look really good. I mean, this one's not so bad. This one, oh shit. This one looks much more in line with how it should. So I'm feeling that it's not using the same views potentially. So the idea is this was like the original inception or implementation of the sort of messaging, this conversation paradigm. But actually, really now we're building that into the jobs. So the assistant is really focused around jobs, quotes, blah, blah, blah. And I think largely it's not working. I think the model is throwing back the right responses to the conversation, but I just think this conversation view isn't working. So let's jump into that as well. So no. Start with some good sentiment. We made some good progress on the implementation of the build bot. It's important sometimes to keep things branded right, otherwise it'll split up build bot and blah blah blah. So build bot assistant yesterday, but it's still not working. The unified message format that the model bit out into the conversation table is looking correct, but the render of these messages in the build bot system versus the original chat messages implementation is broken. We need to ensure we are correctly rendering the contextual event possible eventualities. Can't bother to type or spell properly. Well, I need to be specific here because on the iOS build plan implementation, otherwise it'll go off and do some mad shit in the other repos. We look at the operator react that as it's working well there. Also both the original conversations and the assistant info. You also have the API directory at the API and its responses. You can also regular to look at the D1 DB to verify any. We did have a good example of one. I mean, this one I think may have. No, there's no conversation on that one. Okay, it's a good example, but not. I'm sure Oak Tree. Where? This one. I'm pretty sure. No. No, apparently not. What? Why are you being so slow? Gold star. There we go, yeah. Just the API was crying because I haven't hit it in a while. I'm sure this job, 013 had a conversation. Yeah, but that's not looking good. I mean, these are. So maybe the model isn't consistently spitting out the right responses. That could actually be why. This one is correct. So is this a good example or not? Probably not. There was another one that was scheduled that might have been good. Maybe this one. This is the one that he was using yesterday. Like this one. You know what? We'll just roll with it. Where did I get to? Fuck it. We'll just roll out with that. Don't be shy in the chat, by the way. Feel free to ask any questions. It's a new series on a channel that's been dormant for a while, so don't be shy. Yes, and crack on with GitLog commands, because why not? Cool. Claude's cooking. Oh yeah, we were going to start something else, weren't we? At the same time. Let's bang open another window. Claude XD. I have no idea if this is even possible, but I want to find out. So let's have a look. Oh. Yes. Okay. I want to find out if there. Oh god, my keyboard. There are any fusion hook or extension for Claude Code in 2020, or even something like a web registry or something. I want you to have access to things like a state or current agent. Want to build some kind of integration. Can you help me find out what's possible? How are we getting on? I'm hungry. I might have to make some crumpets, you know. Got some crumpets. So we're gonna have to get stuck in on those shortly. We'll get Claude underway, executing any plans, and then we'll get some crumpets on the go. Good job. I'm back. Lord is whirring away. Oh, I didn't want to tail the operator to tail the API. Sweet, okay. What was that? Say good news. Excellent news. Wait, okay. What have we got? Claudie boy? This is cool. Because really what I want to build is something to kind of communicate, articulate what's happening. I'm not really sure. No, I think just like monitoring, system execution events, yeah, something like that. I think that'd be cool. Some sort of overlay. You can connect your Claude Code up. Have a quick review of this plan. What's this plan saying? Still cooking on that side. Portal execution, read write, that could be cool. Event agent lifecycle, that'd be cool as well. User interactions could be cool. Let's do that. Where should events be sent? Yeah, webhook, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Right, I need to have a quick look at this plan. Why does it start? For fuck's sake. Here we go. Problem identified. Which one is this? Oh, okay, it's the iOS one. Okay, let's get cracking then, bro. Get cracking. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this new accept, edit, clear context thing. I think I'm going to stick with the old school, you know. We've got a clear context already. I don't want to clear the context of the plan that we just made. I'm going to go with that one. The OG. What symptoms sing when pusher doesn't work? Yeah, no real-time updates in the UI. I'm pretty sure it's a back-end issue though. I mean, yeah. Okay. Right, what we building then? What we building? You can open sources as well. Looks relatively sound plan. Cool. I'm gonna make some crumpets, chat. Not that anyone's hanging out anyway. Maybe some questions for another turn. Crumpet. haven't returned with crumpets yet. Because I double crumpet them, double toast them. What have we got going on here? Okay, what have we got going on here? Yeah, no, this is one of the important ones. Somehow we broke it. And I'm not entirely sure how. Okay, we're going raw dog. We're creating this straight. Okay. Okay. Alright, we can create that straight in there, are we? Okay, that's fine. I think this is an important one. Working with other drill migration events are published and not reaching front end. I don't believe they are being published. I don't think they are being published. Root cause drill migration is not root cause. Yeah, I don't know about that. So why was the event bus migrated to Drizzle? I don't know. Yeah, that's probably it. He's obsessed with thinking these secrets are not set. I mean, they definitely should be set. Unless this hasn't been working since the migration to the core service. That would be quite a long time, and I'm pretty sure they worked since then. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good course. I don't really want to verify the secrets because they don't really work. Okay, we'll just... See, this new sneaky clear context thing is not a vibe. I'm telling you, it's not a vibe. We don't want to be vibing that whatsoever. What are you trying to build here? Come on. I'd rather we build this as a more package. Oh my god, my spelling. Rather than right, crumpet time. Yes, please. Okay, apparently the mobile app's fixed. I'm not sure I've got that much confidence, but we'll see. We also need to get the pusher events properly publishing to actually test the real time on the messaging anyway, so that is part of it. That is part of it. we need to fix this bug as well. There's a bit of a bug there where it like hangs. Still seeing some old messages now. I keep saying invoice. Yeah, the real time's not working, is it? Yeah, it's still not being displayed properly. I might have to verify this one on the front end. No. We'll just do some events on the front end. So doing this should kick off an event. Event bus published. Job, draft. Hi. Crumpets. We've got crumpets. We're back in action. Back in action. Oh, yeah. It's not a bad shout, you know. I wouldn't mind seeing those also. Right. Sorry. I forgot we moved the event consumption to the 4. If we move this back to ready, let's see. Published event. No, not created. Have I really just not set the credentials since I moved the consumer to core? Is that really it? I just haven't reset the fucking credentials. Such an idiot. Okay. Well, that's an easy one. That's an easy one. That's great. Kind of pretty good news, to be honest. That is pretty good news. I need to set those. ID. Yeah, but I'm not going to dox myself completely and by showing you the credentials. So you have to look at my face for a moment while I set those. App ID. I mean, the app ID you can see, but because it's public anyway. But let's see. Oh wait, hold on. Ah, that's why I didn't fail. These are set in the Wrangler file, so can you remove these so I can set them with the secret manager. Alright, we can come back to that in a sec. Just wait for Claude to. That's why. Okay, key and secret cluster is set to you. Cool. So that's why the pusher events weren't working. I knew something wasn't right. So nothing actually broke in the refactor. It was just that they weren't set again. I can't believe it's been that long. I'm gonna say that long. I've only been building this for like 6 days, 7 days. I don't know. Cool. Okay. Right. Excuse me while I set these quickly. Now we'll set the key. Key, that's that, and then we get the secret. Secret is that. Boom. Cool. We can close this page. So I don't double dox myself, and then we'll go back to vibing our minds out. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Right, what are we doing? Let's now tail those logs again. And then we should see now this job is in ready. Let me refresh it, make sure that's up to date. Cool, that is in ready, and the only one we have in ready is here. So technically what we're talking about. If I move this back to draft, this should update the draft by itself. any second now. I mean, the queue consumer has to kick in first, so. No? Did man see it? Fuck's sake. Okay, it didn't work. Right, why not? Did pusher event get thrown out? Pusher successfully triggered on private tenant. Okay, so that did go out. Right, we're making progress. We're making progress. Let me have a think about it. Did we move? It's all thing. Let me just check the conversations quick. This is always a good test if okay. The real time is working because that wouldn't have come through. No. I think I'm the client. Okay. Okay, so real time is working. Pusher is working. That's good. That is good. It's good. It's good. Why are these? Maybe it didn't auth. Let me go back to jobs. That should update. Let me clear out this. Make sure nothing. What's failing there? Oh, the conversation. Right. Yeah. This is an old job. So conversation wasn't created around this job. But we should see. What about this way around? I should see if I put this ready. I should see this come across into ready. Why not? This used to work very well. Events. Oh no. Oh, machine. But the isn't reacting to the chat. I'm just going to switch back to this quick because I want to just double check that I'm not doxing myself. See if I can. This should be a debug console. Yeah. Okay. Right, we come back online now. I should be. If I was to, for example, what if it's a course thing? I chuck this over. When I refresh this page, yeah, I should see a connection here, but I'm not. But I am seeing the auth requests come in. So I don't think it's not. So when I refresh this, the pusher code should try and auth with pusher. Yeah, sweet. So it is trying to connect. I just don't think it's actually connecting. I might as well check this first before we do that. Weird. Oh yeah, we tested this, haven't we? Finding this demoralizing because I've already fixed it like 3 times. Well, one. Yeah, we need to get pusher working on the web first. I better check that quick. We just flick this back over. Flick this back over. I can check the keys. Double check, yep, sweet. Oh, that doesn't look like the same key. No, that is not the same key. That's how did that get out of sync? Oh, is it using my old? Hold on a second. What account am I signed into here? Did I set the wrong keys? Or maybe it wasn't migrated. Maybe I haven't migrated yet. No, that's why. That's why. Ah, makes sense now. Makes sense now. See, human error. Human error. Yeah, there we go. Yay. Yay. Oh, now let's put this one back into draft and see it all update. All because of a bit of configuration issue. No, come on. Come on. Good beef, bro. I'm going to include that arrow because I'm confused. Oh, right. Okay. Be right back, chat. Be right back. There we go. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense indeed. That makes sense indeed. Cool. Okay, right. Flick this back on. Now this should now work. Yay, there we go. Right. Let's bang this one back. to ready. And now finally, you should auto update. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Tasty stuff. Tasty stuff. And then if I go back, draft. And this should appear in here. Yay. Great success. Great success. So that's one bug fixed, which wasn't even a bug. It's just I half migrated. I migrated the API. I migrated the pusher events or the event bus from the API worker into a core worker. Didn't reset the credentials, but then when I did reset them, I set them to the new account on the new email for field plan rather than my development account, and then didn't update the auth service. So when pusher was trying to auth, well, when we were trying to auth with pusher channels by the auth service, it was trying to do it to the old account, but the front end was also looking at the old account, so it was all just a bit mismatched. So that is one of our key goals completed, which is very nice. So now we can actually go back to the mobile app, because in theory, I think I have to log out to do this. Actually, we'll just log out to be sure, but the pusher... That's good to see. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm fine, chat. In case you didn't know. I'm partially sighted. I have no central vision. Basically, it's fun. While I get close to the screen. See what I'm clicking on. Okay, right, let's get back to this then, because this should help us. We should see pusher connect. If I actually go back here, and when I log in, we should see some always gets it wrong first time. Pretty much always. There we go. And if we pop back over here, there we go. Pusher's offed, or the iPhone pusher's offed anyway. And then we need to fix this bug actually. That bug is quite annoying. It's not the API being slow. It's just being a little bit slow. Yo, going on, Bolt? What are you building? Building a field service management platform called Field Plan. Is essentially to help sort of tradesmen. We can close this entry window now where the button is for it. Or is it over here? It's over here. Allow tradesmen to handle all their quoting, jobs, invoices, recurring jobs, schedule. Also got this concept of like a smart planner, and it automatically optimizes all of your prospective jobs and quotes that you might need to visit site for, based on a number of different things: location, traffic, blah blah blah. And then you have an app which will be your technician, you know. So it's just targeted at companies with more than not single man band kind of operators, owner operator businesses. It's more like you've got 2 or 3 guys working for you. So you guys will have the app, and then they can come in and they can see their day. That didn't work properly because the simulator is not simulating my location. There we go. So this should calculate the route between the jobs, and this will show all of the stops on the list. And you can like go through, visit all the stops, look at the different stops where you're at, blah blah blah. And then there's not this concept of like you can have like a conversation around your job. So I can come in here and say how much was the work. This bit's what we need to fix. I don't think the real time's working on this page. No, that's what we're looking at now though. So now we know pusher is offed. This is the original chat implementation. Oh, I'm glad you think so, man. Glad you think so. I think it could well be. I mean, notifications are working again, which is a good sign. Probably haven't. I know what it probably is. It's probably we need to give this to the mobile agent. Oh, right, where were we? Let's update our pusher config. That would be why the real time isn't working. So yeah, I had a bunch of issues around pusher because I've migrated, and then refactored some services, etc., and didn't reconfigure it properly to the new account. Remove the new account as well. But yeah, we're getting there. I think, you know, it's kind of easier for me to conceptualize than someone that's not done it before, because I've been a software engineer for 15 years. So using AI, it's just blown up my productivity. Yeah, man, 100%. I very much still think it is worth learning. But you want to use vibe coding as a tool. So like I've got 15 years experience building software by hand. So that's like invaluable experience delivering without AI, right? So now when I've got AI, I can use it to deliver so much faster because I know what it is that I'm trying to achieve. If you don't know what you're trying to achieve, you're going to run into issues. So I still am bullish on understanding what it is that you're trying to achieve. But you can use AI to speed up that knowledge. You can say, rather than you have an issue or have an error with whatever you're trying to do, rather than going onto Google and sort of Googling some obscure error and hoping somebody's had it before, you can ask your agent, whatever model is you're using, you know, why is this a problem? What does it mean? What, you know, I mean, you can dive in, but you have to care. You have to give a shit. Otherwise, it's going to be tricky for you. So yeah, it's definitely worth it, man. It's definitely worth it. But it's very fulfilling. Have you got how much experience you say you had? Oh, a little bit ago. Yeah, just keep at it. Keep at it. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube as well, and I mean, not sponsored by, but there's a website called boot.dev which helps you like learn and understand the fundamentals of programming. But yeah, I think you can do a lot of it by yourself these days with AI, and you know, ask ChatGPT, ask Claude, ask whatever what it is you're trying to do. But start at the beginning. Don't try and rush ahead because you can. Sometimes, you know, maybe build something small with like Claude or whatever, and then come back and look at the code and see what it's actually done, see how it's kind of done it. It may not be perfect, or may not be what it is. It may not be 100% correct, and that's why it's challenging to kind of learn from AI. But better to use AI as a means to understanding something rather than just delivering it for you. The reason I am is because I've delivered a lot by hand. That's why it was hanging. Okay. Right. There we go. That's the real-time update. So it's still not fixed. It's still not fixed, but it's the real-time is now working. But I'm now getting the duplications, which I believe was fixed previously in here. So now we should actually have a much better time using this. How much? Quote. There we go. Okay, so it's picking up the real time. Yeah, so real time's working again. Cool. We can now just iron out those bugs. The use code for A level is stopped right now. Just creating a website. Yeah, 100%. That's it. Start there, and then once you understand code conceptually, right, and the syntax, and then it's just about learning a different syntax, right? So like learn JavaScript or learn PHP, or get into then starting to understand how systems run, how different software runs. I mean, have a go at building bits of functionality. Largely I'll always advocate for using a framework when you're trying to build something, but I don't advocate for learning a framework before you've learned the underlying fundamental language. So some people might say, React's really great for building a front end. Let's learn React. You want to learn JavaScript and then TypeScript and then learn React, right? Which tool? I'm using Claude Code. So Anthropic's Claude Code. Yeah, and I mean, fundamentally these days, web applications are, it is software, right? Like if you're building just like a static website, like HTML, CSS, you're going to learn a lot about, how the life cycle of an application, but you may not learn more advanced sort of techniques for writing code, or techniques for reusability, certain patterns that you might pick up over time for how you might reuse something or keep something a bit more maintainable, but that's fine. That will come. Get to grips with the sort of the life cycle, how things work. I think one of the real fundamental things that people don't learn is understanding the life cycle of a request, like the full life cycle from when I go to my browser and say, whatever, build plan dot app or whatever, what happens. It's really good to understand when that browser sends out that request to the internet, what happens? What happens then when it gets to the server? What happens when that server responds? And then how then the client renders that response and what it does. I think that's like a really important fundamental part, which will really help you, depending on how your brain works, conceptualize building software, because you need to understand it, otherwise there's no point. Lower the music. Yeah, sure. That's something I need feedback on. Yeah, that's how I could do it like mine a little bit as well. We'll test it on my phone. Up on my phone. Check 1 2. Yeah, I think is that better? Is that better? This is beta version of, let me know. Yeah, I appreciate the feedback. This is a beta version of the software that I use for routing my audio, and it doesn't work well on my Stream Deck. Usually I've got like dials and buttons that I can just like twist and get everything sort of perfect, switch between what you guys hear and what I'm hearing, for example, but it's not working properly because it's beta classic software. But yeah, have you tried any vibe coding tools, Raz? Nah, yeah, no worries, man. That's what I'm here for. I mean, the channel originally started a couple of years ago, when I was doing like reactions to Prime and Theo and kind of giving my take on it as an experienced software engineer. But in the last year, I've not written as much code as I used to because the tools are so good now, that I might as well use them to deliver quickly, right? So I thought I might as well make content streams around vibe coding as well, and try and give that balanced view on what to do, how to do it. So appreciate you subscribing. Appreciate you. We got to get to 1,000 so we can get monetized and all of that rubbish. So yeah, no, I appreciate you. And yeah, let me know what you're building as well. Let me know what you end up building, and if you get any ideas of something you think's useful, I'm happy to make a video on it. Okay, anti-gravity. I've not used Google's AI Studio, but I've got a business partner. He swears by it. He thinks it's amazing. Right. I think now real time is working. We can. We need to make this be able to be full screened. I'm still munching on this crumpet. So British of me, I know. This is kind of distracting me, so let's get that done first. We do any more. It's great because I can talk to Claude like it's a language model, right? It's a large language model, meaning it's about interacting with this agent in natural language. So I can talk to it probably in more descriptive ways than I could talk to a lot of colleagues I've worked with, and then I can go to bed and pick up the conversation where I left off. So it's great to really be able to like contextualize and explain stuff. Won't do any more deep. I bet. Sometimes it's important to let Claude know. If we get this, we should all right. I'd like the option to make the field box green but usable. Context of where we are. Let's get that done first. Yeah, I think we're in the age, or the era, should I say, not the age, the era of custom software, and being able to crank out a little custom app for something you need is amazing. I mean, talking of custom apps, we were working on a little side quest here. Let's I don't really know what it was that I wanted to build, but or how I can think about this on a That's cool, man. What sort of niche? So lead generation in a sense of from a business perspective or from like an individual's perspective, as in like leads for a job or leads for work? That makes sense. So this thing, I didn't really know what I was planning to do with it, but I wanted to see what was possible, and it seems like we now know what's possible. But I want to find a way of feeding that in to my other startup. And now we have the MVP for this. Can we look to make it something a bit more distributable and it would be that these events get fed to another project, Eco, which is a automation and overlay platform. Streamers. This way we can visualize and communicate to viewers what's happening on a Vibe Code stream. Did I say document this already? Let's document this, the payloads, etc. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That sounds cool, man. That sounds cool. But I guess I don't understand fully what it is. So you could just say I'm a software engineer and I use your tool. What do I get out of it? I get leads in what sense? NPM package. What do I want this to be? SMEs who need a website development, you specify location and it will find out. Right, okay. So as a service provider, it's lead generation tool for somebody like that, right? Okay, yeah. That's cool. It's very useful. Very useful. We might be building some sort of lead generation into this field plan software, but not sure to what extent at this point. We have a quote form that you can embed on your website, but that's about lead generation, more about more about getting info into our dashboard. I'm just trying to think what I actually want this to be. I'm not really sure. Global install. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's very cool, man. That's very cool. And you built that in Gemini or Google's AI Studio. It's just crazy what's available. I mean, how much experience do you have? Like, are you an engineer? I'm kind of just curious to see, like, what, yeah. Curious to see, like, what stage people are at when they're building these sorts of applications. And that's very cool. Six months of vibe coding experience or 6 months of development experience? I'm assuming vibe coding. That's very cool, man. That's very cool. So empowering. Yeah, sick, dude. All power to you, man. All power to you. We're in this situation, right, where we've got ample opportunities, and you have the idea, you can put it into action. And you know, I'm trying to not miss out on that opportunity as well, because I know how to do things by hand. Why should you guys have all the fun? Why should you guys have all the fun? So in case you missed it, the idea of what I'm building here is I want to hook into Claude's lifecycle, like hooks and stuff. So like right now I've got this agent on the go, this agent's not busy, this agent's finished. I want to I want to have some sort of visual reference, visual overlay on the screen. Be like, you know, this many workers or this many agents, or you know, this is happening. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do with it, but I want to find some way of like visualizing it. So even if I'm like on this screen, you'll see some sort of overlay, or I don't know. I think it could be cool, because I've also got another startup called Eco, which is it's like, if you've heard of Streamlabs or Stream Elements, like a competitor to that. It's in alpha at the moment. I need to find some time to push it into beta, let more people in. I think it's got about 40-50 users right now, but loads in the waiting room. I just haven't actually let them in because I've been focused on this. What are we doing over here? Cool. So this should be a little bit better now. It'll be cool to see, like, yeah, so some way of visualizing like how many projects we got going on or something like that. Some sort of vibe leaderboard. Cool because with Eco, I didn't mention, so like Eco's it's an automation platform and widget, you know, visual overlay platform. So we could essentially do something cool like right now triggers are streaming platform, e-commerce platforms, but external devices. So for example, we've got Discord and Stream Deck. We could have a Claude one here where you register your Claude local Claude instance, and then that way based off this, so like for example right now you might pick like your YouTube channel and chat message comes in or whatever, but there are plenty of different actions that can be taken too. So you might send a message into the chat when something's finished, or whatever. So I want to integrate Claude into this because we also have a native app. We need to open it again. I have a native app, not logged in currently, but this connects to like OBS. So in chat, you could do exclamation mark, whatever. We could have this hook back up to Claude, so people could vibe back into Claude. If I open it back up for you, if I log in. So it's connected to the gateway now, and you can see different integrations. So you can see it's connected to my OBS, which you can't see because it hides it. But this connected to the gateway, meaning that any of those, I could come here and say, okay, OBS, and I could say like add a title or change the scene or whatever. So right now you can see me with everything, but I could say, I'll actually change it to this scene, or like change it to this scene, but based on Claude doing something. When Claude finishes, it could pop up some fucking confetti, or I don't know. We could do something. We could definitely do something. So I'm going to work on that in the background as well. But tonight, what did we want to achieve? We wanted to achieve this. We were doing this when we... Why is that not... That's the flipping thing. Oh, there we go. Yeah. This is what I wanted. Cool. Oh, I should be able to full screen it from there, though, I think. Oh, it's because it's past midnight. Is it past midnight? Yeah, it's just past midnight, that's why. Well, I'll say that. 21 past. Where are you guys? Where are you based in? Which logo? The eco logo? This one. Okay, so there we go. A bit more manageable to see now. Still got a bit of an issue with double messaging. We did resolve this. Yeah, thanks, man. That's I can't take credit for this logo. I have a designer that works for me. So I have a gaming channel as well. Which I have a bunch of channels, to be honest with you. I have a gaming channel, and she designs a bunch of different things for me. But if we go, she designed this coin for me. So she designs a bunch of stuff for me, and she made that. So I can't take credit for it at all. Oh wow, whereabouts in India? I have one of my earliest viewers on my gaming channel is from India as well. He's called Yesh. He's been with me since like 15 subscribers or something. Now I've got like 12.5k. Right, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So one issue we need to resolve is when I send a message. Oh. Okay, so how do we articulate that the best we can? Again, when I send a message to the bot, I get the message. I've purple message, but I think I also get the message from myself via pusher. This group lookup message is also displaying like it's coming from someone else. Let me check it actually quickly first. We did originally solve this, and one of the things I need to do actually is get need to get this committed. So I've fixed all of this business before, and he's kind of refactored it, but because it's not in a Git repository, I haven't got the old version anymore, so I need to get it versioned. I kind of want to get this fixed and then get it versioned. Yeah, man. I mean, there's a bunch of different tools for learning that. There's a bunch of tools that are quite expensive. There's one called like Arc. I think it's called Arc or Arch. It's like an ad platform, but I think it's like $80 a month or something ridiculous. I've not signed up to it, but I've seen a bunch of videos. But it's like a way of kind of seeing what's working with regards to TikTok videos, and then taking those concepts of videos and then translating those into your own content for your own product, your own app. You know what? Somebody to look at videos that kind of talks a lot about marketing. Greg Eisenberg, if you haven't already, friend of mine from way back. Friend of a friend, really, but friend through a friend. And yeah, he does some great videos on marketing and how to use AI to kind of push and market your apps and things like that. So check his videos out as well. Yeah, I thought you might. Actually, I'll just leave this out, you know. Good. Also work offline, so we need to manage local app storage versus real time versus loading a convo for the first time. To ensure correct order and duplications. That should be good. Oh, we fixed our pusher issue. Yeah, it's great content. It's great content. He does a good job with that. He does a good job. Gets the good people on. He's a good host. So, smashing it. He's smashing it, dude. Smashing it. What else were we doing? I don't know if I can be bothered to work on what else needed doing? What's the time? I kind of need to dig into the smart planner. There's a few bits here that needed maneuvering. For sure, man. Feel free to brainstorm ideas in the chat. You know, do what you gotta do, man. I don't have much of any formality around this currently, but it's I'm always up for, you know, talking shop. I don't remember what's best we gotta do here. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I mean, I'm not looking to take on any kind of partnerships at the moment. I'm building this currently with somebody else. They're doing more the business side of things, but maybe I should start a Discord for this channel and get like-minded people together, right? Because we can then talk shop in there, jump on voice chat, all that sort of thing. So maybe I'll consider making one of those, because I think there'll be plenty of people like you and get everybody get together, create like a little community. That'd be cool, man. That'd be cool. Well, make sure you subscribe. I'll be hopefully streaming every day, or every day that we vibe away anyway. What? That was a very abrupt ending to the song. Is it still? Oh, it's just not playing through my speakers. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I'll get one set up. I'll get one set up. Oh, show. Oh, show. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. What are we doing here anyway? Sweet. Okay. Well, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty tasty. And then what are we doing over here? No, you're good, dude. I'll get one set up. I've got a bunch of Discords, but I'll get one set up and on the next stream I will drop it in here. Oh show. Oh show. What are we doing? Oh, rebooting this. Rebooting it. What did he say the outcome was? What do we do? Okay, let's do some testing. Let's do some testing. Go back to this conversation. And here, make it full screen. Okay, still not really handling that in the way I'd expect it to, but that's fine. Okay, it's not duplicating, but if I load it back again, is it gonna do it? Okay, that looks like it's working. Not doing much of old messages though, is it? Okay. I think then that might be good. I think we need to make sure that the AI is spitting out correct prompts. What's the plan? Yes. Let's get this into a Git repo. Okay, this is working. I'm not entirely sure, my friend, to be honest with you. It can really vary depending on the day. This is the second stream on this channel ever, so it's very much up in the air at the moment. Depending on when I go to bed, which I don't think will be super late, right? Oh no. Okay, it's pretty early right now for me, but I don't want to go to bed super late. So depending on when I go to bed, depending on when I get up, depending on what I've got on tomorrow, we'll just boot one up at any time. But maybe a similar time, maybe one bit earlier in the day. We'll just have to see how it goes. Have to see how it goes. This into a Git repo is the field plan org use GitHub CLI to create this repo and then get permitted with technical concise profile. Following best practices and no mention of Claude in the commit messages, please. Sweet. Okie dokie. Right, what are we doing? This over here. So this is cool, but I don't know if I've got much brain capacity for this right now. Well, what do I need to do? Because maybe it could be built into the native app. I don't just want to be ingesting events from anybody and everybody. So what do you mean when you say core AI ML? As in like learn about building AIs? Oh, what do I need to build, man? I need to... There's some concept of registration, don't I, for Claude. Because I only really want to register consume events from... I don't really have the answer to that, to be honest with you. I think it really depends where your skill set lies, and you know, the thing with indie hacking is like 50-50. You know, you've got to build the app, right? But then you've got to market it. You've got to get people to use it. You've got to try and make some money from it. Whereas, you know, getting a job in technology isn't for everybody. Depends on where your skill sets are, how your brain works, how you think about things, how you process stuff. Anyone can learn it, but you want to enjoy what you're doing. So like, do you enjoy the marketing aspect of like talking to people and trying to sell them your product so they buy stuff off you, or do you want to make money via AI rather than by using AI? That's the real question. Oh, sorry, I'm just daydreaming about this thing. I don't know what it is I want it to be or how I want it to work. So I'll probably park it for now, have a think about it over the night time. Everything on here, for some reason I'm logged out. Why am I logged out? Oh right, I logged out of the everything else on here is kind of done, man. It's kind of done. You're really getting to a point where it's all working pretty well. It's just going to be refining, the refining stages, which I'm going to talk about tomorrow. So we're kind of nearly out of things to do on the stream. And as I say, I'm pretty tired. How long have we been streaming for? 2 hours. Good to get your code committed into a repo. That way you can version it, say more safely, and you don't lose things. Sweet, okay. Nice, nice, nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, Renz, nice to meet you, man. And I'm going to be ending the stream very shortly anyway, so I appreciate you hanging out, chatting, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one, dude. See you in the next one. I think let's do a little wrap up of what it is that we've achieved today. So we achieved the pusher fix, which was more configuration than anything else. We've created the kind of little Claude, the Claude thing, and we've got the iPhone build bot working much nicer than it was. So we've got a few tweaks to make there, a few UX and UI tweaks to make, which we'll do on tomorrow's stream. So yeah, I think we've done good on this stream, and I think I will end it there, you know. But I appreciate everybody hanging out. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like if you haven't already, and catch you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. Everything in between. How do we end this stream then? How do we end this stream? Here we go. Cool. Been a pleasure. Been a pleasure. Thank you for hanging out. Peace.